So today we're going to talk about white privilege. Now I guarantee some of you already turned this video off or scrunched your face, but before you allow that phrase to leave a bad taste in your mouth, let me explain what it really means. White privilege is not saying that if you're white you can't be poor. It's not guaranteeing that you'll be rich or that you'll live a life that doesn't have any type of glitch. No. White privilege is about the fact that, historically speaking, our government has a history of intentionally weakening the odds that a person of color will make it. It's about the fact that once slavery ended, institutions were put in place to make sure the black man couldn't mend what they had broken. It's the fact that, unlike in predominantly black and minority communities, your school isn't less funded. I wonder how the odds of you going to college are affected when you're given less knowledge. It's not having people inherently think you're dumb and not having to go numb to comments like, "You speak so well." It's the fact that, statistically speaking, you are more likely to get hired for the same job as me, even if I'm more qualified. I wonder what lies the interviewer had to tell herself before making sure we stayed those token items on a shelf. It's not having to go home and wonder if that's why you didn't get the job. It's a whole lifetime of not having to wonder if something was because of your skin, because historically in America, being born black is like being born a sin. It's the greater likelihood that you'll get a lease on a new car or have a new lease in life moment because you're treated better medically. It's not having to worry if you'll become just another statistic or hashtag every time you drive past a cop because he decides to stop and profile you for no reason. It's not getting more harshly charged for committing the same crime and doing more time in jail, which increases your likelihood to fail when getting out. And this and all these reasons are why I will scream and shout at the top of my lungs every time someone tries to deny that white privilege exists. When groups of citizens are being held hostage by their own government. But you see, this is our daily lives, so we've learned to normalize most of it because stress can kill you. You see, our bodies perceive it as a threat and secrete a hormone called cortisol, which can cause widespread inflammation that often affects the heart. I'm starting to think that's part of the reason why heart disease is the number one cause of death in black women. Well, that and the fact that companies will place businesses with unhealthy food options and oftentimes no alternatives in predominantly black and minority communities. So please understand that when people say white privilege doesn't exist, this is why we raise our fists.